Well, here we are. It's 2023 and they made a good FNAF movie. I was so surprised by how much I liked this. I see some people saying that like it's like hilarious or like it's a so bad it's good movie or it doesn't make sense and stuff. Like I feel like your guys' bars are like still so high from the recent good video game movies we've been getting. Mine's still like down here. Even if the bar wasn't that low for me, I still feel like this movie did a really good job with a lot of things that are kind of being underappreciated. First off, performances were great. That's not really like the movie per se, but like I was really surprised by how good the acting was in a lot of it. Obviously, Matthew Lillard and PETA are going to do a great job. Let's not pretend like we know his name. He's a great actor. I just only know him from that one role. It's like how I thought that Robert Pattinson's name was Edward, but I really hope he's in more things now because I really like his acting. I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I actually thought the child acting was really good. So Scott Cawthon kind of likes to make up everything as he goes. He has doubled back like infinite amounts of times on like, oh no, I just made this up because it was cool. Oh, actually, no, that it has always been planned out. Like just admit that you make things up as you go. To pretend like he actually like gave a lot of thought to everything only when it conveniences him, which has culminated in a story that literally can't make sense anymore because of like tons of redesigns that Scott has like admitted were just because he thought they were cool, but then he tries to pretend in later interviews like they're actually important. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that the plot is absolutely terrible. It's so convoluted. It's so messed up. You literally can't make heads or tails of it. Super hot take. Despite this making some changes to the canon, I actually think that the movie makes it a lot more concise and way better than the games. Like some people are like, oh, well, this character wasn't actually this character in the games. They were this character. And I'm just like, do you want us to have a movie that's like the plot of the games? Because that would be awful. I kind of wish that this was like the canon timeline because the plot, lore, and characters all actually like come together in a really satisfying way that's easy to understand and equally intriguing. Like I said, based on what I've seen from people, this is kind of a hot take to think that this movie was like actually super competently made. But I thought the new stuff they added melded super well with the old stuff, and they actually like organized the old stuff in a way that made a lot of sense and was really interesting start to finish. The set design and costumes were like super well done. Obviously, Scott Cawthon was like show running this entire thing, but still, it's still really cool to see a lot of care be put into it because, you know, this was gonna make $1 million bajillion no matter what. I don't know, I was just expecting it to be really forgettable, like not caring about the characters at all. I thought the characters were like really interesting, especially the main one. No one was really annoying. I didn't really find a lot of it funny, like at least in the accidental way. Like the jokes actually landed for me, and the parts that everyone else is laughing at, they're like, oh my god, this is so bad, I just don't understand. I thought that they were all pretty good. Didn't really find the movie scary, but there were like two parts that I genuinely thought were probably some of the best horror movie moments I've seen, which makes me really confused because I don't really know who this was marketed to. Like obviously people like me who grew up watching Markiplier play it, but like also kids can't really watch it, and adults is kind of like a small niche audience and stuff for like this type of property that's like both marketed towards kids but also kids can't watch it unless you're a parent who just like doesn't care about that type of stuff. Like more power to you, I guess. According to the anecdotal stories of every middle schooler ever, they all have been watching horror movies since they were born, so I guess it's not too terrible. It's one of those movies like Megan where like the plot is actually so good that I forget that it's a horror movie, and that's like a good thing. It proves that it wasn't just trying to pointlessly shove in jump scares the whole time like the original game is often criticized for. I don't know, when you compare the movie to the games, like I think this is kind of crazy that people aren't talking about this because this is one of the first video game movies that I've seen where the movie is way better than the games. We're struggling to find movies that like are even kind of good like the video games. This one's straight up better than its original source material. Most of the stuff I've seen has actually been either like clowning on the movie or is kind of indifferent or like doesn't want to admit that it was like actually a pretty good movie. But personally, I thought it was a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot more personality and memorableness than I thought it would have, and you know, I'd recommend it.